We all wear masks. We hide our true selves, afraid to show the world who we really are. We worry about what others think, desperate for their approval. We chase after external validation, hoping it will fill the emptiness inside, but it never does. I remember a time when I lived for the approval of others. I spent years trying to fit in, be accepted, be loved. I tried to be the perfect student, the perfect friend, the perfect daughter. I said yes when I wanted to say no. I pretended to be someone I wasn't. I was exhausted, lost, and deeply unhappy. The pressure to conform is immense. Society tells us who we should be, what we should look like, how we should behave. We are bombarded with images of perfection. Perfect bodies, perfect relationships, perfect lives. It's easy to get caught up in the comparison game, feeling like we're not good enough. But the truth is, there is no such thing as perfect. We are all flawed, imperfect beings, and that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's beautiful. Our imperfections are what make us unique, what make us interesting, what make us human. There comes a moment when we realize we can't keep living this way. The masks we wear become too heavy. The pressure to conform becomes too much. We hit a breaking point. We realize that living for the approval of others is a recipe for misery. For me, this realization came slowly. It started with a whisper, a quiet voice inside telling me that I was worthy of love and belonging just as I was. It was a voice that encouraged me to let go of the need for approval and embrace my true self. It wasn't easy. Letting go of old patterns, of ingrained beliefs, is never easy. But it was necessary. I knew that if I wanted to be truly happy, I had to stop living for others and start living for myself. This meant being honest with myself about who I was, what I wanted, what I believed in. It meant letting go of the need to please everyone and embracing the fact that not everyone was going to like me. And that was okay. We pay a heavy price when we choose to live for the approval of others. We sacrifice our authenticity, our individuality, our joy. We become shadows of our true selves, living a life that is not our own. We may achieve external success, but we lose ourselves in the process. We may gain the approval of others, but we lose our own self-respect. We may build a life that looks perfect on the outside, but inside we feel empty and unfulfilled. A life lived for others is a life half-lived. It's a life of quiet desperation, of unfulfilled potential, of missed opportunities. It's a life that fades into the background, blending in with the crowd, never truly shining. When we conform, we give up our power. We give up our voice. We give up our right to be ourselves. We become prisoners of our own making, trapped in a cage of our own design. The journey to personal happiness begins with self-discovery. It's about taking off the masks, peeling back the layers, and uncovering the real you. It's about connecting with your values, your passions, your dreams. It's about understanding what makes you unique, what makes you tick, what makes you come alive. This journey requires introspection, honesty, and courage. It requires you to ask yourself difficult questions and to be willing to face uncomfortable truths. It requires you to challenge your beliefs, your assumptions, your perceptions. It's about looking within, not without. It's about silencing the noise of the world and listening to the whispers of your soul. It's about trusting your intuition, your inner compass, your own inner knowing. The journey to self-discovery is a lifelong process. It's an ongoing exploration, a constant evolution. It's about being open to new experiences, new perspectives, new ways of being. Section 5. Freedom in imperfection, letting go of perfect. One of the biggest obstacles to living authentically is the pursuit of perfection. We strive for flawlessness, for an unattainable ideal, for an image that doesn't exist. We compare ourselves to others, constantly feeling like we're not good enough. But you see, perfection is an illusion. It's a trap that keeps us from embracing our true selves. It's a burden that weighs us down and prevents us from experiencing true joy. The beauty of life lies in its imperfections. Our flaws, our quirks, our vulnerabilities are what make us real, what make us relatable, what make us human. They are the source of our strength, our resilience, our creativity. Letting go of perfection doesn't mean giving up on excellence. It means embracing our imperfections while striving to be the best versions of ourselves. It means accepting that we are enough, just as we are. Section 6. The courage to be different. Embracing uniqueness. Living authentically requires courage. It requires us to be different, to stand out from the crowd, to embrace our uniqueness. It requires us to be vulnerable, to show our true selves, to risk rejection. It's about having the courage to say no when everyone else is saying yes. It's about having the courage to speak up when everyone else is staying silent. It's about having the courage to be yourself, even when it's scary. The world needs your uniqueness. It needs your voice, your perspective, your gifts. It needs your authenticity, your vulnerability, your courage. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to stand out. Don't be afraid to be yourself.
Know you've been a good friend.
Building your support system means finding your tribe. Living authentically is easier when you have a support system. It's about surrounding yourself with people who love and accept you for who you are, flaws and all. It's about finding your tribe, your people, your chosen family. These are the people who encourage you to be yourself, who celebrate your uniqueness, who support your dreams. They are the people who make you feel safe to be vulnerable, who make you feel seen and heard. Finding your tribe takes time and effort. It requires you to be open to new connections, to be willing to put yourself out there, to be vulnerable with others. It's about seeking out people who share your values, your interests, your passions. It's about building relationships based on authenticity, respect, and mutual support. Living authentically is a daily practice. It's about making choices that align with your values, your beliefs, your dreams. It's about showing up in the world as your true self, even in small ways. Start by being honest with yourself. Pay attention to your thoughts, your feelings, your reactions. Notice when you're not being true to yourself. Practice saying no when you need to. Don't be afraid to set boundaries. Protect your time and energy. Express yourself creatively. Find outlets for your passions, your interests, your talents. Surround yourself with beauty. Fill your life with things that inspire you, that bring you joy, that make you feel alive. Practice gratitude. Appreciate the good in your life, the people you love, the experiences that shape you. When you choose to live authentically, you create a ripple effect. You inspire others to do the same. You give them permission to be themselves, to embrace their uniqueness, to live their truth. Your courage becomes contagious. Your vulnerability becomes a source of strength. Your authenticity becomes a beacon of hope. You show the world that it's okay to be different, that it's okay to be imperfect, that it's okay to be yourself. You demonstrate that true happiness comes from within, from living a life that is true to your own heart. By living authentically, you become a catalyst for change. You help to create a world where people feel safe to be themselves, where individuality is celebrated, where authenticity is embraced. Living authentically is about aligning your life with your true north. It's about living a life of purpose, of meaning, of joy. It's about making choices that reflect your values, your passions, your dreams. When you live authentically, you tap into your inner power. You become more resilient, more creative, more compassionate. You experience a deeper sense of connection with yourself, with others, with the world around you. Living authentically is not always easy. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to be different. But it is the most rewarding journey you will ever take. It is the path to true happiness, to a life that is rich, meaningful, and fulfilling. Let go of the need for approval. Embrace your imperfections. Find your tribe. Live your truth. The world is waiting for you.